Good evening, friends. Welcome to the much totalitarian and also much traditional farmers' democracy. A train just went by. Yes, 100 tons of food is carrying. Very good, very good. You know, last installment here was about 6 hours. My intention is for this to be shorter, but a lot was accomplished, such as this. Yes, a food train. You see 83 tons of food in that warehouse. 128, 53, and 112. We're pretty good with the food. It's working. Your prefab house, you're also working. And here's yet another train. Look at it, we have proper traffic on the railways. Isn't that something? It is, definitely. Yes, a bit of black tea with tea with milk here this evening. Yes, indeed, in the evening, not in the morning. And here is a mechanical components train. It's going to load up and then continue on. Yes. I wonder if there's anything for it to load up. I don't think so. 9 tons. No, that's not a lot. No, the staffing at the mechanical components factory is very limited. Steel is the priority. But I mean that we now have traffic here. Come on. Yes, we have traffic. Although this is a very short train, yes, it barely even is it even a train with two cars or 2 wagons. I don't know, but it's something, and it definitely is traffic on the railway. And of course, our own home-built locomotive and cars too. Yes, and homemade, what was that? Yes, that was also homemade, that switch. And this, yes, that's a separate sidetrack there that you don't want to take. And it's a bit, it's not too kind of this signal to be showing green for this track. Or anyway, I don't think it will be a problem. Yes, 11 tons you got, and don't tell me that you'll be sitting around here until they. The way my interpretation of how this works is that as long as there is resource coming from the source, i.e. the mechanical components factory, and as long as that is not interrupted, the vehicle will stay and load. Or maybe I even said to wait. Wait a minute here. I have not told you to wait. Then it requires an abscess of in the stream. Yes, a cessation of the stream. Yes, of the stream of resources, and that will trigger it to go off on its way. That's how it works, according to my interpretation, which may be completely wrong. You never know. Now it's why can I not? I'm locked onto the train. I forgot. Yes, Old Faithful, the old power plant, well staffed, not used, but there as a backup as ever. There is road construction going on here. Yes, we're building a new road, a paved one. Look at this. I mean, yes, the 90s. We're paving roads, very good. We're coming up in the world. And speaking of coming up in the world, I mean, look at we should go out to the train factory. which is staffed by the people living here, and it is made of stuff laying about there, but it is this way. Yes, here it is. You're still working on that locomotive. 1,395 3 workdays remaining. Oh, you're on. Yes, this is the one. This is the current production percentage. Yes, you're about a quarter left to do. Yes, it will be fine. I think there are. Let's see here at the list of vehicles and buildings. Yes, list of vehicles. Whole map. Diesel locomotive. I have our first locomotive. That's of course the food, and then the second is the alcohol. Then we have electrical components and mechanical components. Okay, now but you know there are more. This should be named, and of course it should also one day be replaced by a domestically made locomotive. Yes, but this is ståltransporter. Yes, and this is prefab panels. Prefabricerade paneltransporter. Yes. Prefabricated things transport. Fuel. Bränsletransporter. Fuel transport. Bricks and boards. Right. You can move it out. Look at that. This is degel, sten och trä. Bricks and boards, bricks and wood. And this one, gravel. This is only local though. It only does that, but still, it could. We should simply name it gravel. And the last one, bitumen. Oh yes, you're the Ruble rocket. You're part of the Ruble rocket line. No, you used to be called the Ruble rocket. I have called you. You are the Ruble raketen. You are the Ruble rocket. Or perhaps the dollar rocket. No, we sold. Yes, we wanted to buy the locomotive. Plans for the locomotive. No, that's it. That's all of them. What is missing? Clothing is definitely missing. And well, we don't take bitumen internally on there, but we don't use that much neither. Here there's one truck. It's going along here. What are you doing? Oh, you're at your target even. Yes, but if I wanted to do bitumen, I don't have infrastructure to unload bitumen everywhere or nowhere. In fact, only here. So that's problematic. Here's another one. Yes, we're paving roads. I suppose that's why they're out and about here. Or something. Yes, and down here, this little town is De Saliga here. This is shaping up. I think maybe. None. No one lives here. No one lives here. Okay, no one. 5 workers. 8. Yes. It's Christmas time. God jul. The 2 citizens were not able to enjoy culture. They can be without. They don't need culture. That's opiates for the masses, or something. Yes. They can make their own culture. Who am I to make culture? That's not something for me to do. This is more sort of what falls under my responsibility, I think. They had used some Very good. They're doing something. There's no gravel. Yes. It's all over there now. Because we put a train on it. And they have not caught up yet. And look at this. Look at this. This road is finished. I'm not sure if there's any traffic on it. Here's a bus. But it will go to there. Yes. Yes, we used the railroad. Yes, and have they finished this too? Yes, they have finished the mountain pass. Very nice. Very nice. Yes, this becomes feasible. This is how you do it. This is how, if you want good roads, I suppose. You need 2 established towns, and with good construction equipment for road building in them. And then you draw a line between them and hit go, and they'll get around to it. Although if they're lacking asphalt, you know, it could be. Let's see here. Yes, I thought so. Because I have not had a truck here for ages, you know. Yes, they're out of asphalt, or they're out of bitumen. Is it? How bad is it? It is bad. Right. It's a good thing we caught this one now. You know, they may have been standing still for a long time though, but I don't think so. My gut feeling is that this has not been going on for very long. At least not extremely long. Unload. Yes. Then go no other way. Yes, if you turn everything away here, we can see. Yes, here is obviously where you want to go for a bit. Like there, for example. That's a good place. Yes, it is. It is a very good place. And then we do this, launch, off you go. And you could start by going here. It will help a little bit. Okay, that will now resolve. Oil is starting to build up again. Good. We're producing a whole lot more than we'd ever need. Yeah, 7,500 tons of fuel. No bitumen, almost. Really? We only have the domestic one. We don't have anything in the export buffer, or what you'd call this, or our readiness buffer. Yes. How much would it be worth? 7 million. All that's 14,000 tons. That's a lot. Yes, and it's spread about quite a bit. Yeah, that's very good. Distributed resources. Crops. Yes, it's good. Whatever it is, it's good. And then that's that. Let's see the chemicals. We are always lacking chemicals. Yes, and at this very moment, there are not. I think there would be 2 trucks, or perhaps even 2 trucks, waiting for the chemicals. Swage Fabric Factory. Do they have? Oh, they have 1.5 tons left. Oh, this is yes. This is the distribution office handling this. The fabric factory is missing crops. What the hell, this distribution office? Or is it the fork? Yes, I think it's forklifts that are supposed to be providing crops. This looks a little bit suboptimal, but then again, let's look in the warehouse first and see what is suboptimal. Yes, 137 tons of clothing. And in total, clothes, yes, 207 tons. It's not like it's in great that we're lacking it, Quite the opposite. We do have quite a bit, and what we could do is we could cut down a bit on the productivity. Yes, the number of workers. 20 for each, sure. Yes, that will be enough. This food, yes, we have, even though we should have a look at the food. 740 tons in total. That sounds like a good amount. So each warehouse, as here. Sarnakova, they have a lot. Then it's yes, the Hansasino shopping center. That thing is enormous. This is the largest store that we have. Look at what we've done to this place. Yes, the point was to not make this town look like every other town. And I built these, these. Yes, and then I forgot about it and just put up these at some point. That's what I was supposed to be doing. I have built this. 293 workers can live in here. That's a lot. That's a huge amount. I hope that we can support all this. Technical university. I think that we can support it. They seem to have food. They seem to have stuff. You have a distribution office assigned to Beate's distribution office, and you get your food from Beate's warehouse. And in there you have 90 tons. So that's not too bad. But how's the train doing? Our first locomotive. Oh, you're heading to the last stop, and you still have 66 tons on board. That sounds pretty good. Molna, you're not full, but you have something. They are full. Maybe 19% is not perfect. There we go. There's lots of windows in the way for the train. If you want to see the train, we can do this instead. Yes. And there we roll into the warehouse. There are trucks sitting in wait. What are they doing here? What are you doing? Meat. Unload meat. Okay, you bring in meat. You bring in clothing, and you do what? Yes, clothing we still have on the road, and more meat. Excellent. 75 tons of meat. Very good. And the first locomotive is empty. Now there's 150 tons. Okay, I think that the food situation is very good. Oh, the 1st of January of 1991. Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy New Year's. Cheers. Yes. You know what that means also? We can take the first locomotive here. And have a little ride along. Maybe even do this. Yes, why not? And see what happened last year. Should we do money first to people? Money. Yes, I think that this basically all took place during the 6-hour last installment. That's some music in the background. There we go. So if you look at last year instead of this year here, on the last line, 1 million plus in rubles. Okay, and 1 million back in dollars. Yes, I know what we bought for that, and when I come to think of it, there's something. Yes, I know what to do next. After this, as money, power, we have exported bitumen and bricks. Oh yes, that was a mistake. We're not supposed to be doing that, but that's okay. 200,000 in bricks. And dollars, power and bitumen, and we've stopped with all the exports for the moment. What did we buy then? Last year, 40,000 rubles in import. That's a bit of cement. Yes, the only thing that we do not create or make ourselves. Still, gravel, yes, auto building, a little bit of things. Steel and asphalt. That's all of it. And yes, there's more cement, steel, probably a bit of railway or something. Right, and vehicles, 780,000. Vehicles imported. Vehicles exported, it says. Yes, what have I sold? Yes, of course, yes, that's the. I got confused. That is from selling all the BMWs that we had made to get money to buy. What should we call it? The license for the locomotive, of course. Yes. Okay. So, but the money is that's fine. That's very fine, and especially, I mean, these imports are very, very infrequent. Yes, we are pretty damn self-sufficient, I'd say. But the population numbers, if we look at last year, I mean, it's not that great. Now, 14,000 might, just about 14,000 might sound like a fair bit. But when we have a look at what happened last year, I mean, we were up on 17,405, and then it started to decline. I'm not entirely sure. Was it the food? I think it must have been the food. Or it might also have been. Yes, there was electrical problems, and that caused something, didn't it? Traffic jam. I don't know. It was terrible. But now I think that we are. I think we are going up again. 60. Well, it's only the 5th of January. Last month. See. Yes, it is. A lot more births than deaths, yes, and a few escapes. 12 so far this year. It sounds like a bit many escapes. But a little bit is normal. We cannot avoid. Last month, fine. Yes, where are we now? Oh, we're at the food factory. That's the brewery. And we're loading up on food. Grigori Rotta, yes, and here we can see the food being grown. Very good. Yes, what we're going to... yes, that's pretty decent. As a longer train would have been. I mean, I can make long trains just for the sake of it. Just for having them long. I could. I have plenty, wagon building capacity here. It's the locomotives that take a while, but now it's finished. Yes. Wonder if we could... No, we need to take it to a depot first of all. Okay, there we go. Yes, and you will go here first, and you will load. You will load trains. Yes, trains. Yes, I will load trains. Fine. And then go there. That didn't really take You could look at the locomotive, the new locomotive, it's rolling up. Yes, I mean, this may be the quickest locomotive, but it's not the prettiest. There you go. Do that. What's the acceleration like here? How many seconds was that? Or the 0 to 100 kilometers an hour is not. You're not pinned, but still something. You now weigh 195 tons. There we go. All the wagons, and you're working on the next one. Do we need more locomotives? Yes, I think we do. Yes, the food train is actually the one we want here. Construction. No, food train is list of vehicles. You were supposed to go and do something. Yes, that can wait. This is important. Logistics management, Track build. Diesel locomotive. Yes. Our first locomotive. Thank you. And you should have clothing. I don't know. I mean, 2 wagons is a bit much, maybe. But I can't have just one. Or we put all of them on there just because it's nicer to have a long train, maybe? Not sure if I can safely keep it at a low volume. It might empty out some warehouse somewhere. Yes, there you copy that onto that, and you do exactly this, but instead of the food, you do the clothes. And there is one thing more to change after. But the handy thing that we get here, of course, is that we get all the places that it needs to go. Yes. There we go. Except that this place is not the correct one. This building. Yes, you are not our correct destination. This one is, and yes, it has railroad. Of course, it does. Everything here does. That was many years ago that these plans were laying in. You'd hope that the Katzinshad. Swage Warehouse 2. Yes, excellent. That's the one. We want you to load up on the clothing. And don't unload anything. And delete that stop. And go. Yes, go. I think we got it. This is the clothing train. No. Sorry, no, I didn't mean to mess with you. There. No, don't do that. No, turn around again. I'm sorry. There we go. The other way. Yes. Yes. Close train. Simple as that. That ought to mean that we could retire a few trucks. What are you doing? Yes, I'm sorry, I got you confused, but it's all good now. Just forget about it. You do seem to be on the wrong side of the track, though. Okay. No, you're not. Of course not. No, this is the Ismail. What are you thinking here? Well, it solves all the problems, but it may not be optimal. It will work. It has worked so far. Yes, the railroad. We have railroad now. I'm amazed that it eventually got done. It's something in here, wouldn't you? There's always something in here. I think, in this enormous block. Yes, it's even more than this. We have to zoom out. Here, yes, about here. On the left and the right side of the screen is the endpoints of this here block. If you're going through, and then of course for every place you can go. But it is a very long time that you may have to wait if it's red. And you see now this one's out, and 606 tons downhill, and you are on the flat, even though you're only 147 tons. Who will get it? You got blue. You got it. Hello, wake up, man. You. Never mind. Then now, yes, we're actually in the vicinity. Yes, over here there ought to be a Mercedes. Yes, it is. Look, get this. It's done. And you know, this is our first Mercedes. No, that's BMW. This is like. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Our first Mercedes. I don't know where we're going to park this up, but the color should be something else, I think. But they are so small. Black, white, no. That's pretty decent. I think the green one. Yes, they're always green. Yes, I like green. Might be my favorite color, you know. Over here we have a nice place for it. There we go. Let's see it roll away. It is incredibly good acceleration in this here car. Yes. And the cornering is amazing as well. Although very obedient with the speed limit, regrettably. Yes, you'd want to open her up a bit. And don't do a takeover right now. No, and now you can do it. Be quick, but you weren't. And now you're at your destination. Oh. Yes, the wheels are turning and everything on it. Look. Yes, they obviously got to build the diesel version of this, but that's what it is. Yes, and this ought not to be parked up here. No. This is going to do. This is going to be out on the roads. As here, personal car. Our first Mercedes, yes, all map, our first car. Yes, we'll simply have you do the same thing here. Yes, go. Now, I don't know what one of these are worth if we were to put them on the train and sell them, but a bit, I think. That's nice. Well, that's also nice. A truck with a. We're going to the nuclear power plant. Yes, these are the two most fantastic things that we make right here. This Mercedes and the nuclear fuel. Maybe we make other good things too. Yes. What about the concrete, for example? Yes, the concrete is very good, but it's not our own cement. Right. But the fuel, yes, the fuel is incredibly good, in fact. And the steel, yes, the steel is of such quality that you don't even I can't even explain how good it is. Oh, it's going for its first fuel up here. How much fuel does it take this? 1,500 liters. That sounds... pardon me. 1,500 liters, that's quite a bit of fuel. I suppose that's... it's good that it has a large tank. You get a lot of range that way. Yes. Indeed. Is there... What else do we have? Yes, that was 6 hours. I can't quite... I don't know what to do here. Well, you're doing what you're supposed to. You are continuing. We have now put clothing on the railway as well. Did we get people on board? No, we did not get people on board here. I don't think so. No. But that ought to mean that we could retire a few trucks. I don't know quite how the clothing distribution works here. It ought to be in this one. Yes, 22 tons. You're not keeping a big stock there, are you? I could give you a little bit bigger stock, I think. Perhaps even a lot bigger stock, like so. 70 tons. It's they will go out of fashion. You do meat. Who does the clothing here? How does that work? You have clothing, okay, and yes, you're nothing complicated. You're just doing yes. You're just doing this. You're not part of a distribution office. No. Beatus Road Congress. You have stopped. You're the meat. Yes, I'd only have one clothing truck. What are you thinking? There's only ever going to be one. Yes, that's Beatus warehouse. Thank you. We shall go over here and park it up. A covered hull here, maybe amongst the other, just like it. I hope they're all empty here. They ought to be. Okay, so that's clothing for Beatus. Let's hope that the train works and that they don't run out of clothing, because they get so upset that happens. Yes, the first locomotive. No, this Beatus is feeding Hansasino and Sejov with stuff. This is a good setup. Except for the lack of chemicals. But what are you going to do? They're hard as hell to make, the chemicals. Take forever. Molna. Yes, Molna. You don't need a truck neither. This is a bit of a complicated, or complicated, it's just weird. And there are no mechanical components here, for example. Is the train coming here? Yes, mechanical components, you're coming here. But you don't seem to have anything left when you do, or something. No, you don't. You wouldn't. God damn it. Because the train will wait until loaded, and then it would go here and unload. And then maybe we don't need that many mechanical components out here. At least not right now. Sarnakova. They have good buildings on fire. What is it this time? Road vehicles depot in Poloshevo. I don't think that we need to care. No, but Molna. Yes, how do you currently get clothing in here? Yeah, we should see. And there's a clothing train, and there's nothing else, so it ought to be here. Vehicles, you get food from here. Good. You get electronics from here. That's interesting. We are apparently distributing electronics, but we don't have any. Okay, whatever. Electrical components. Okay. But nothing clothing. Then I suppose it is this thing that handles it. At Molna, no. Oh, it might be. I know what it might be. in that case, I really don't need to care about it. It might be the distribution office by the clothing factory. This one. It goes to a lot of places. Wouldn't you know? Polochevo, small shopping center. You still have to go there. Yes. Swage clothing factory. Maybe you should be going to the warehouse instead. I suppose either is fine. Although the warehouse might never. Yes, we're taking stuff out of the warehouse with the train. Of course we are. Very good. Swage Road Cargo Station 3. Okay. Molna warehouse. Yes. Clothing. Do not unload. Clothing. And neither alcohol. Not alcohol neither. No. But why are you set to load food from Molna warehouse 2? Molna warehouse 2? Because you are supposed to get your food. You do get your food here. Here? What is this? Why is it like this? Is this one? You should not be getting food from here. This does not make sense. We could in fact remove this connection here. Maybe. But you do food for the Polochevo. Yes, you do. So yes, I think that we'll know if we have a problem. Speaking of which, Polochevo did not seem to have suffered from whatever it was this time. I suppose it was a famine again. Yes, it seems to be the theme. Yes, it seems to be. The amount of meat is going down here, which means that the power consumption is approaching manageable levels again. That's good. This mod is not really doesn't make any sense. In many ways, of course, the storage amount is just too much. Yes, this is what it has in reality. Apparently, this Gdynia harbor meat storage. But you know, you have to scale it back a bit to fit with the scale of the game, because how are we going to deliver 77 megawatts into this? That's not going to be possible. If you have, yes, for I think I've been on about this. I have been on about this before. Yes, you'd need 4 of the largest high voltage connections, but. Never mind that. I see something here that could be a bit different. I was thinking here we could have connect here. Why not? Because it's a lot of it's working. Don't touch. No workers. That's good. We don't want to be making too much meat. We have a bit too much as it is, you know. Yes. Too much. You can't have too much, of course, but we do have a lot more than we can eat in a foreseeable future. You were cleaning up clothing distribution, right? And that means Polochevo is not really part of this stuff. They are not affected. But here, how are you doing? No workers or mechanism. All related vehicles. There are lots of things. You're missing asphalt. I suppose a lot of you are, but hasn't this been fixed? Yes, 71 tons of bitumen. Yes, very good. There is a truck or a dumper in here. Yes, there is. Loading up on the asphalt. Bum, 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 bum. That's nice. It's working again. Gravel. We have plenty of gravel. Good. That means that the roads should start being finished here. You don't have any asphalt, but there are there is a truck here. That was not fully loaded. Don't look at it. Just let it, build. Eventually it will be done. This is not assigned to construction office. You're telling me this is a bit too far away then? I suppose it is. They are building a road here with a nice bridge. This is how you're supposed to do bridges in this game. That's a good example of how you're supposed to do it. This is an example of how you're not supposed to do it. Obviously. That just looks ridiculous. No good. No good whatsoever. I was tempted to tear it down or build a new one anyway. Yes, the only problem is there is really the only space for it is here. Where else would you? There's a high voltage line and here we could. Yes, but it's going a bit out of. Never mind. It does the job, and there is not much traffic on it. Out here they have managed to get 1,104 tons of bitumen somehow. Okay. You're coming with electrical components. I imagine they're very happy for that. They have 11.38 tons of it, and that's all they're going to take. There's not in great demand, the electrical components around here. No. The next thing, though, that we shall put on the railways are, of course, oil fuel storage in Molna. It's fine. Firefighters and such exists. This is not fine, though. You should not be standing around here. What are you doing? Do you know how expensive all of you are together? This is an enormous amount of money that is not being put to use. You need to build something. For example, I mean, this road, we could, no. But you need, wait a minute here. You have road connection. Yes, turn off the clothing. Transport. One thing at a time. They are now full of clothing. They could stand just a tiny bit more. Katsinshan, small distribution office. Do you get clothing in here maybe? Unload electrical components. Why? Don't. You could load if you want to. They are available, but I don't think you have anyone that wants it. No, you don't unload anything there. How does the clothing get to here then? Is it as simple as this? Yes, it is, but it is okay. This goes both to the shopping center and the distribution. No, and the warehouse. Okay, you don't need to do neither. Because as you have clothing there and you bring it to the store, don't you? Small shopping center. Yes, you bring everything but electronics. You can do that too. Why not? Eventually we'll get to electronics. Yes. And now can you unload? Yes, you can unload clothing here. Good. That means that after that you have done so, we will go and park you up here. Here. Somewhere. Yes, here is where your kind are staying. No. No. You stop. Yes. And okay, and you don't need to be going here anymore. And there you go. Go here now. Yes. Okay. Yes, that's clothing distribution taken care of for this place. Yes, it was both Domsaliga and that one. I believe. Want to believe. Well, yes, what are you building here? Yes, that was the example of how you're supposed to do a bridge. Yes, it is very nice. But anyway, the people here, I'm starting to lose the thread of what the hell it was. Oh, damn it, it's slipping away. It's something related to this. Yes, it's clothing, and it is how the clothing gets to here. The clothes get to here. Clothes, yes, it's scary to when you see it, to approach daring an attempt at pronouncing that thing. Clothing train, but no. But there is a road cargo station, and you may well have. What are you doing? Road cargo station to huge construction office. What? Sernakova, huge construction office. What the hell are you doing? Nothing good. What's this? Food to Domsaliga. Yes, this we should not mess with. That is internal. That is from here into town. Beer. Yes, they all get it from here. And this one, you didn't make any sense, right? Hello. What are you doing? You do nothing. You're retired. Here, food. Food for Domsaliga. No, not mess. Not mess. Yes, the question is still how the clothing gets into here, and that question has not been answered. They have clothes available, yes, 26 tons. It might be, yes, let's see here, we can close, but we need to keep those. Yes, let's see here, if there isn't one. Here maybe, all related vehicles, close for Domsaliga. Yes. Perfect. Up here. Around, yes, here. So you go here, that's the last parking spot in that place. Isn't this full? What happens if I try to do that? I'm not going to try that. No, unload and finish unloading, please. Then come here whenever you're done. And you are doing silly things. Come here. That's even more vehicles retired. And see here, many of these are actually retired and defunct because of the railroad. Not all though, not all. I mean, these we shall have in a special. These were all bought on the last year that this was available. These were available. Yes. What is it? What is it, colleague? Hello. Yes, she's fine. No. Yes, pardon. Here. There we go. Yes, you were moving trucks around. Yes, and over here we have as well these nice trucks. We parked this one here too. Yes, we do. Like that. This year, so far, 8,000 rubles of cement is our total amount of imports. Maybe we should build a cement factory after all. Yes, the place you'd build it is here. Because here you have all the things. But then again, there are also a lot of things in the way here. I mean, coal. Maybe we have coal available somewhere else. Somewhere with a lot of gravel. That would be here. Here or here. Yes, one of these is where we have gravel. Molna, I don't think that we have space for a cement thing here. No, we don't. But yes, coal. There is coal. We're going to open up a new coal mine. Are you insane? The problem is not that we don't have the coal. It is we have plenty here. Plenty. We have some. We could always expand the mining operations by quite a bit if we'd want to. Maybe we should. Yes. And then, I mean, your option is to put it around here somewhere. And it would have to be like out here. And to do that, yes, let's think about this construction. No, it's in the gravel, coal, iron. And it's we want a cement plant. God damn it. Yes. That is large. Are you kidding? This is enormous. Yes, it's very complicated to make cement. Well, it is reasonably complicated. I mean, if we just were to put you in here, the problem is not this. The problem is we need workers, yes, and there's no way we can get it close enough to the existing bus stop. How much do you need a day? 22 tons of coal, but you need a lot of gravel. Not that much coal. I mean, coal we could truck. We could put the coal on the truck and put it where we have more gravel. Yes, we have paved roads almost everywhere now, you know. Yes, because there's no way I'm getting a train aggregate loader in here anywhere. Anywhere in the vicinity here is not going to happen. Yes, coal comes out of here, for example. Yes, I suppose here we could have a train aggregate loader. I mean, it is a bit poor not having coal on the railroad. Not that we need it, but still. I think that we're building a train aggregate loader. In here, train aggregate loading. Yes. But then, how the hell, the conveyors, you know, they will be a nightmare. No, they will not be a nightmare. Look at that. We got it. Somewhere. Here, somewhere. Yes, there. Come on, yes. That was incredibly easy. In fact, yes. Very good. We take this back a bit. Like to there, and then we do this. You come here, like so, and... No, if we're ever going to have, you know, 2 trains in here, but... No matter. There we go. Yes, get built. And for you to get built, we of course need a little bit of this. We'll get underneath. Just not that we quite need it, but still, it's there we go, like so. Yes, get that done. Make it so, etc. And yeah, okay, you're still waiting around here. Even though you go to Oskarshamn first, they are out, and that's because the vehicles industry, as building locomotives, requires a bit of these things. Could you move it on a bit? Move it along, please. Increase slightly. The demand of mechanical components have shot up quite sharply. Yes, steel. How are you doing on steel? We have we're pretty well set when it comes to steel, actually. We are extremely... except also here, vehicles industry, again, building trains and cars takes a bit of steel as well. Who would have known? Oh, there we got it. A train aggregate loader for coal. Very good. I think, there's only one place where we have a train aggregate unloader. And that would be here. Now that does not go to... This was not an easy place to build a concrete plant. Maybe we could build it here. That will mean upsetting a bit of the town regarding electricity. Yes, but only a little bit, because this takes care of most of it. It's mostly for the kindergarten here. That is one. Yes, we will lose a bit of capacity regarding the kindergarten situation, but that's fine. Oh, they have built the houses. No one living here, but one day they'll outgrow the original places. Yes, and this place is actually, we have not all the other towns that we have embraced. We've had to move some people in to get it going, but here I don't think that we have. Then we are still on the original population when it's regarded. No, I have moved some people in, I think. Never mind. Cement. Cement. Indeed. Gravel, coal, iron. A cement plant. Yes. It is very large. Yes, we have yes, there. You wouldn't just happen to swing in one of those connectors for me there. No, you wouldn't. But we don't want it. We want it as far away from town as possible. Like here, then I'm going to have to remove this electrical bit. Here, cancel wires. Yes. Okay. Thank you. What just happened? I don't know if anything... okay. Microsoft Windows did something. It locked the computer. And I don't think that the game did quite survive that treatment. No, we're gonna have to take a break here. It's... yes, I'll be right back. Yes, and here we go again. Well, we're back. We resume. Yes. It wasn't that bad. The autosave saved us. But something a problem has arisen here. Cheers. I don't know why this would have happened. Yeah, you were the food train as well. Yes. What was that? That was a Småland. Yes, a Småland. Light Småländsk Pilsner with full-bodied taste and bold head. I don't know about the head, but it is good. Okay, it's good that we have a lot of food everywhere, so that's fine. There's no panic. But why did this happen? Yes, I finished. I built I designed in this cement factory. Meanwhile, you have a red, of course you do. But is this a chain signal? I wonder. It ought to be. It is. Okay. This is also a chain signal. Then, if that train was already in here, how come you were allowed to enter? Because then, it should have been blue here, and it would have caused a massive queue, of course. But this is not good. I mean, we have to. Yes, what we do now, just to get this situation resolved, is to get this rolling. But it still doesn't quite explain how it arose in the first place, and it will happen again unless we figure out what exactly did happen. Because that's all good. That ought to have been read, and you ought to have known about it. Were you coming from the other direction? Where were you coming from? Schweiz. Right, Schweiz. No, you're not coming from the other direction, because the railroad ends or goes to the west, which is in the east. Over there. This is going great though. This conveyor belt, it's going fantastically good. We're missing mechanical components, but they are here. Yes. And you're getting them from the right place, aren't you? I suppose you're doing silly things. You are actually doing very silly things, because you're getting them from Sernakova. You know, they are right here. We don't need to drive, even though it is a very nice road down there, I have to say. Still, this train, I still can't figure out why. Yes, you came from here, which means that you must have gone through this signal. Which you shouldn't. Maybe you can't do this. Whatever it is I've tried to do here. We're going to have to do a manual intervention for now. Yes, but it's this was supposed to run like clockwork, you know, and be reliable. This is and it isn't. This end game is to leave it running until, like, I don't know. I mean, it takes a long time to run the years here. But the 2020. Oh, that's 40 years from now. 30 years from now is what it is. Yes. I don't know. Why? Now you're red. That's good. And then you will become green, of course. Yes, they get very frustrated when waiting at signals for a long time here. What's this? This looks a bit... I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Though. It ought not be. Yes, what if that train came from here? Say it was and got a refuel. And then it would have to be going out here. Yes, and onto this bit. And then onto this bit. I mean, I could move this. Why is it like this, by the way? We should have it... where are you going? There it is, you're going off. That ought to be... better. Yes, and then here. And this is just a regular one, please. Maybe. Yes, if you're red, you would be green. Yes, and that's fine. And if there's... yes, that ought to be good. Anyway, if it went for a refuel, maybe it was something with this then. Maybe. I don't know. But we will be reminded if it happens again. Absolutely. Oh, here comes the clothing train. Maybe for the first time. Maybe. I don't know. No, second time. It must be. At least. But no, there was a lot of space for clothing available, so it was probably the first time. What's this? Bricks? Does it look like? You're supposed to carry a bit of boards as well, you know. This is not good. We're going to have to send you to a customs house to get you rebalanced, or to get some boards on board. Do we have boards now? How is it going cutting down the new forest? It's coming along. That must mean that we have boards. Look, we have plenty of boards. Yes, we just need to get rid of a bit of bricks. Yes, go here and unload. You might as well go. You should have. Anyway, we'll go here now. Yes. And this we must remember. I won't, but must remember somehow to do. Yes. Okay. The road is this completed yet? Obviously not, but missing asphalt. Come on. And this, I mean, you ought to have been done by now. Is there a problem with the asphalt? No workers at the asphalt plant, but the bus just arrived. Yes, now there are workers. Okay, maybe we have intermittent workers. That would be why. And then, of course, another bus arrives just after the first one. Yes, it's very optimal. It's great. But anyway, that's good, and that should mean that the dumpers are heading here. Yes, here's one. Oh, that's one of those things. Yes, tankers. Yes. Okay. The cement. Yes, cement. It will be here. This is fiddly stuff, but they are doing quite good here actually. As you know, the good street, the real proper one with the street lights and everything. It is fantastically expensive and complicated to do. That's why it takes so long time to build. No, there are no issues. It's doing fine now. You have been sitting around for a bit, I would think. But since last time this train was in, they've used 10 tons of fuel, so we're pretty good on that front. Nothing interesting will happen until they built the road. No. Intention was to let them build the road, but then that happened. You know, with the train, yes, trains even. Wonder if this. It will be a rare occasion if it happens, or it will not be a rare occasion in case these things don't quite properly work as. But now it's blue, for example, and now there's a train in there, so there's one place that you can't go. Now you can't go at all. And when he's out, you'll be able to go everywhere. It should be green. But why are you not going down to... There is no train diesel station in de saliga. No. That's why. How do they get their fuel? Do they get it via the road? How do you get your fuel? Okay, you have... Seriously, this is how you... Oh. No. This... you don't get fuel? What's going on here? You have 25... Oh, the small distribution office. In Katzinchad, indeed. They drive it from up there. Yes, and it will be good as that. We don't need to do anything about it. It's fine. Kazincha, keep them a bit more topped up, if you wouldn't mind. And we don't have a Kazincha gas station. Yes, they have 70%. Okay. Yes, it's a small one, but it will do. Yes, we still have. You have not made it yet. You're on the way. I don't know if we've ridden the railroad to the west. Actually, there's a queue. All the trains have gathered. It could also be that we have quite a few trains now. Yes. But if I were to replace all the trains with my own domestically produced ones, it would be the same one. I can't really. I could get the money to get the contract, but I don't want to pump in money. That's not what this play. What do you call it? Playthrough series, whatever you call it. It's not what this one is about. This one is about construction and self-reliance, self-sufficiency here. This year, so far, it's only the cement. Yes, it's only the cement, and we're taking care of it. But you know what? There is something that we need to go and build. We need to go and build hoppers. Yes, we should still try and remember that one. The train factory. You're up here. Here's where you are. Somewhere. Yes, here it is. Oh, you managed to build one locomotive. Oh, you're as good as finished with the second one. Very good. That means we can change your orders. Do we have hoppers? We don't have hoppers. We need to buy a license. I think I have money. No. Cargo wagon. Yes. Here, a hopper car. 777,940 rubles. Fine. We'll have it. Yes, oh, and you finished yet another locomotive. That means that you're going to get to build these now. Not as exciting, of course, but it's not bad. We will take possession of these here locomotives. Take possession. We made them. Yes, you know what I mean. Drive them off the lot. They're not new anymore. No, we cannot sell them as new. You made it to the border yet, little train. Yes, you actually have. Perfect timing. It just arrived. We didn't get to ride the thing, the railway to the west for a long way, but here it is. Yes, could even keep a bit of bricks on board, just not to waste. But then again, I think. I mean, it's never bad. It couldn't be a bad thing to keep some dollars around, I don't suppose. But the rubles are burning a bit of a hole in the pocket there. Yes, 1991. I have a bad feeling about this ruble business. And heading back, very good. Now, the whole point of keeping you around for all this time was to remember to remove that stop. Yes, so we don't get the exact situation again, which we had another time. Now, this should take us out to via the western line, or whatever you call this, by Domsaliga, and then boards, bricks and boards, yes, all the way up to Vavkamsk. Yes, the heavy industrial center. Well, nice here, you know, the high voltage. There is a bridge, actually a good one, and yes, it's even for the purpose of this train. Yes, very good. Yes, that is indeed how you build a bridge here. And the sunset we get, how nice. and we get the red light. Yeah. And there's a switch here for some reason. Yes, that you get to choose. You don't get to choose really. It's kind of one way. So this switch is, yes, it was for the construction vehicles. It is not required anymore. And if we didn't have it, we could make this a little bit more efficient. Yes, we could fit another train in here. You are, again, okay, I think that we have a confirmation that this system is not functional. You think? It was not the issue then with that thing. Oh, God damn it. Now, why did you get the green light to go? I mean, if this won't work, I'll just park up these trains and replace them with put trucks back into business. No problem at all, you know. I'll even pave all the roads for them. Yes, bold words up to there. Yes, that is still unclaimed. Or unclaimed. We have not yet embraced. But why does this keep happening? Because, you know, that one will be red if there's a train here. And then this one should be red as well if you want to go that way. What the hell is going on? Like now, for example. Yes, now it's green, you can go everywhere, but you can't. This is not the change signal. No, it's not. There we go. Now it's the change signal. That's what you want here. And this one looks silly placed. That's a bit short. The prefab train is very long. Yes. That would... Okay, that might explain, or that does explain why this didn't work. So if the junction up there was the reason that didn't work, then it still there still exists some hope for the railway. Yes, we want that. We definitely want that. We put a lot of work into this, you know, this Iron Horse business. They told us it was the best. Even though we had the roads and everything, I mean, they were not in great shape, but we had them. We just needed a vehicle and go. You know. But then again, now I have this. Isn't that a whole lot better? It's not. It certainly is beautiful. This is quite nice. High voltage wire and railway and a nice road with a terrible bridge coming up. It's not going to hurt a bit here. God damn it! We have to rebuild this. Yes, this is too not good enough. This is simply not good enough. And I mean, there is an alternate route available. There actually is an alternate route available. Now then, this is how you do it. As I've said before here, that time the bridge that was built did not end up existing for real, because the save game did not load. It was during that time. Yes, unfortunately we need to remove a bit of road here, but you'll get it back, don't worry. Yes, but you're in there right now. I can see. For now, you'll get one of these. You will get one of those. Yes, there you go. Now you can find your way. And yes. Now I want to raise up a bit of terrain here. This is going to have to be quite quite an aggressive. It's not going to be a nice bridge then if you don't take out more road. And that is correct. Well, the approach will not be nice. That is a bit too steep. Yes, but let's get the height in first, and then we'll worry about climbing and getting down. Yeah, this is something about here what to do it. Yes, and then here I only have 2 diggers apparently on this. There you go. That's not this bit here. Yes, that down a bit. Something like this. Okay, that's fine. That's good enough. One of these again. Yes, well, or these. Tied arch. That is not so bad. No. That is very good. I'm completely satisfied with how that turned out. No, if we're doing this, we're doing it. There we go. Fine. And here, yes, I mean, we could snake a road up. Okay. Really. I don't know about that one. No, I don't. But it did actually flatten out the thing. Yes. That, however, that is satisfactory. Did we get the bridge somewhat level? Not quite, and it's a little bit wonky and such, but it's a whole lot better than what was before. Yes, and now you get the mud road to drive on. We're fixing. We should include this in the project here. You're gonna have a little bit of a. There you go. Well, it wasn't too bad. Didn't do ugly things here, I hope. Oh, no. It'll be fine. This is has not gotten far. No. Missing asphalt. And workers. Right. Now you have workers. Asphalt. You cannot store export asphalt. Just get over here. Yes, I know the road is in a terrible condition at the moment, but it's for the betterment. Yes, you will have a much better bridge here now. Better. It performs exactly the same function as before, but it will not look as silly. We hope. Cheers, people here of Katinshad. Okay, we have trains now. We could do electronics. We could. Yes, we could. We have. And we could also, let's see how many hopper cars we've managed to bang together. They shouldn't be too hard to make, right? As so far this year, we made 3 Mercedeses. We started with the first one last year, and 2 are still new. And this is a good, reasonable tempo, you know. 2 hoppers. That does not make a coal train. 2 hoppers, no. How long a train do we dare put on this? Let's see, up here. There's a mountainside, but there we go. We actually here we can put on as long a train as we want, and I think that goes for the other end as well. Question is if all the other infrastructure is able to manage a very, very, very long train, as long as possible, as long a train as possible. And there's only one way to find out. Or you could just do a reasonable train with like 3 cars. They need very little coal, in fact, at the cement plant, and we're not going to use that much cement. Every now and then, but so far, I mean, this year we have 56 plus 28 tons. Yes, the 90 tons something. It's nothing, you know. In a year, that's March. Okay. Well, it is a couple of. It is. How much last year? 865 and 28. We're using a whole lot more concrete this year, apparently. The chemical plants are both full. Very good. Very, very good. And the thirst for the chemicals is just so great that is not quite possible to keep up. Chemicals. I have 37 tons. In Katzinchad, they have the most chemicals for some reason. How the hell did they get that? Not even sure they're supposed to have any. They don't use it for anything. I don't think I've transported chemicals here. The one that could get it would be this one. No, that's not. I don't know how that would happen. But there we have it. 7.35 tons of there where we don't need. And Molna also has quite a bit. Yes, I think we can. No, we cannot retire any trucks regarding the chemicals. And here at the uranium conversion plant, we have quite a bit. You cannot store or export UF6. Yes, I mean, we don't need that much of this stuff. It's mostly, you know, it's only for internal use, and don't use that much electricity. No, we have a bit of an oversupply, one could say. Yes, current production percentage is like 5. Yes, 6 megawatts out of 156. 3%, 2-3% we're using of the potential here. And radiation, is it all back to? Yes, it's back to nothing. Fantastic. The fire is but a thing of the past, and the temporary store for the spent fuel here is also, yes, it's vanished, all of it. Let's go and have a look down here then, where there could be a bit more. It's okay. Yes, it's now spiked to the max there for a large section. Could you still live up on the hill? Yes, you still could. You could still live here, but it's a very, very fine line. I mean, you'll have to make it very clear that do not cross this line, because then you die basically instantly. But here it's completely fine. There's nothing. And here is off the scale. Yes. Nothing mutant. Okay, don't go over that line if you settle down here. I don't think you would. I recommend against it. And Hansasino, look at the streetlights. That's nice. We should have that. We should have more of that. The Polochevo. How much? You actually have quite a bit of streetlight. Wow, look at this. Luxury. And even this. Yes, it's... never know what you're going to get. 3,800 tons. Yes, grain is doing great. It's always... we've always had a good stock of grain. Food, alcohol, it's doing fine. All of this is doing fine. It's time to appropriate. It's time to embrace Inkersta here, isn't it? But how? Yes, we have a railroad. We actually... How is this complete? No, it's not complete. So they couldn't do a lap around, but they can actually get to Inkersta now. I wonder if they see here no workers or mechanism, right? And but you are assigned. You have one of these coming here. Okay, it's happening something. Well, then we'd have to take construction traffic into consideration as well. And we're not building a new railroad construction office up here. It's not for the people of Inkersta. We're finishing this with what we got. It will be done one day. But for now, having to get all the things out here. Damn it! I'm going. The only way I can be bothered to do it is to pay for the storage for everything. Yes, but I'm so proud of this, that we don't have any imports for the entire year, other than cement. And yes, but how then are you going to do it? There's the chicken and the egg. Well, it's like starting from scratch. You need gravel, yes, a quarry here that we'll have to pay for. Gravel. Yes, but I put the gravel on the railroad to not have to do this. Indeed, but how much is a rail aggregate unloading thing? Because I have to pay for it, and I think dollars are the only thing that makes sense up here. In dollars, it is 290,000 rubles. It is about the same. Okay, isn't that the? Yes, it's the NATO corner. Never mind. It's the same price. Okay. But unclick. So you need one of these. We don't want to put it too close to town. You need We need spurs for everything. We need space. We need a whole lot of space for this. There's a high voltage line in the way. That also means that we have high voltage available, which is very good. And the concept that we have is still a bit unproven. Especially now that we have multiple trains going into the same warehouse, especially the warehouses. Anyway, we need one of these. Unloading. Yes, unloading. One of those. And that in itself doesn't really do much good. Large aggregates. Why do you need a large one? Because we do need a large one. Of course, what else would we have? Yes, we need one of these. We put that here, say. And then we need one of these in construction-related industry. Concrete plant. Yes, you cannot do anything without one of these. No, we'll have this one here. We'll have, this is all very much. Yes, this is the end that you got that in. Yes, sure. And asphalt plant we need as well. One here. Yes. That's the basics. that's groundworks for you. Groundworks and road. Here. How much was this again? 280,000. How much is this? Okay, 280, 300, and 420 or something. And this, god damn it, 600. God damn it, that's all my money in dollars, and that's then not including conveyors. Because they are expensive as hell as well. This little bit, yes, is $56,000, $59,000, 56,500 rubles. Yes, it's. I don't have that much money. It's the way it is. That's one thing. That's the basics, indeed. Then we need an open storage. Let's see here. Storage construction. Wonder, this might be flat enough to use the big one. You know, that gets a bit of grass growing through it and stuff. But other than that, it's pretty good. Where is it now? Storage. This is where it is. There. Yes, and it's the multi-rail large open storage. Yes, this is the one. And would you, where would you put this then? Oh, this is enormous. Yes, this is the large one. Do you need the large one, really? No, but then again, yes. It's a bit not very good, maybe, to lock in the other output of the gravel storage. What else would you need it for? Truck aggregate loader, maybe. Okay, we're going to put this here. I don't know if that's possible to hook up to the railroad. You know, it is very important. Pardon. Now we're starting to encroach a bit on the town. That's really not something maybe that we want to do. But we'll do it here. If we'll do anything of the sort. This is a warehouse. As we need one with, I mean, we'll have the stock warehouse here, then that's good. Very good. Warehouse. The game is having a bit of a difficult time out here. Now it's when it's trying to auto-connect the factory connections for this thing. That's what's complicated, I see. Here around somewhere. Yes. And it's okay, so we have concrete, we have asphalt, we have steel, we have bricks, boards, prefab panels, and the rest, mechanical components, electrical components, and food, drink. Did we get the meat? Yes, it's a very long drive out here. I think they need a meat storage. Meat. Yes. Meat, not factory. Just a little freezer. And that we don't need to put out here because that will be road-based, definitely. Yes, sure. Now, this is a place to store all the stuff then that we need. Yes, we have not hooked up rail yet, and we have not electricity, and we have not nothing. We have not hooked up road neither. But let's get the rail done first for road. Yes, I mean, I don't need to connect both, or do I? here, yes, we do want. We actually do want, yes, both of these, because that will help greatly, since we have 2 trains that want to go in here. As you're taken care of, somewhat. I mean, you could be the pilot track that we build first. We're going to keep this single tracked. We cannot. That's not possible. We need at least a little bit of queuing space and things. Don't you think? Yes, we do. This is a bit of an awkward junction, but it is what it is. That much. It takes a long time to build this, or very expensive. 285,000 rubles. Or $212,000. That's nothing. That's not all of it, you know. There's still quite a bit to do here. Yes, and we'll take it. It's not the most appealing of the tracks here, but it will do. Yes, and then one for the warehouse. Warehouse. You could actually come off this one. Yes. Like so. Yes, you don't get hit by the Oskarshamn construction office, I don't suppose. No, not assigned to construction office. But if we tell it to go and do it, is everything here complete? I don't believe it. It is. All the way they have built. It's a very long way that they are building here. And now they're going to get to build even further away. Where are we? Here? Yes. That ought to do it. You have 4 mechanisms. Or you're not using this one. You're using these instead. And now you know it did that thing again where it locked the screen. God damn it! And the game has crashed. Yes, I know what it is that does this. I don't know what to do to prevent. Yes, I do know what to do to prevent. I'll be right back. Yes, and here we resume again. The 17th of May. Happy birthday to Norway. Today, let's see. Birthday, well, not birthday, but you know, it's the 17th of May. We have trains, and look at this now. We have so many hopper cars that that's a bit many, in fact. Build another of those, please. You can. Didn't you do this earlier? No, that was another one. You do this now. Here. Yes. It's a bit of an interesting mechanic, but it is. It works. How many can it get on? I think there are more here than is possible. Yes. I have a bit many of those then, but that's I need 3, 4. That's a proper long train. It's not going very far, but it's a long train. Now I'm gonna need you to do the same thing again. Yes. Yes, and in the meantime, I got myself a dub here. Dortmund export, ja, trost. Ja, ser gut. Jaha, the train here, then it is, we now have many hoppers, yes. We shall transport coal if, I don't suppose that the coal, the coal, the aggregate loading thing would be complete. No way. It's not here. This is the wrong place. It's here. No, it is not complete. It is very far from complete. The missing steel, they are right next to the steel mill. 66 workers, come on. They're gonna need a bit more. What is this? 3 tons. Okay, that's not very much. What are you doing? Are you still doing this? Seriously, I have trucks doing this. Almavari. Where Almavari? Allvarligt. Are you... No, sorry, pardon me. You're doing the same thing. Yes, you're going to the mechanical components factory. Very good. And you're working for construction office. Okay, never mind. Yeah, never mind. All is well. You are doing saying Almavari. That's right there. For some reason. Here, Almavari. Yes. No, the train loading thing is not finished by any means. Yes, steel. They're gonna need quite a bit of it. That should not be a problem. Here, come on, people. You're gonna need to. You're gonna need to do a bit more. Then they are out of steel as well. Okay, this is a bit of a situation. So if we look here, yes, that reminds me. I got that last time. Here. There we go. Pardon. Service interruption. There we go. Yes. Here. Steel. Yes, steel. We have, where is it? Steel. Yes, there. 2,647 tons laying about. It's just that at this very place, right by where we make it. Not so much. But here we actually have a rail hookup for the steel mill now. It is finished. I should put that to use, maybe. Yes. I think we should. Because the steel train is dedicated. And maybe if these construction things here would get their steel from here, it would be more available, maybe. I don't know. We could also solve it by just getting more people in here. That's more of a solution rather than just changing a train about. Here you are. It's heading here now. You're heading here instead. Load. Wait until unloaded. Do not unload. Nothing. And do not go here anymore. Go here now. Yes. Wherever you are. I wish you well on your journey, dear train. And Valkavisk motor, yes, we're here. Very good. The train depot. I think you can close this because you're not. Well, we can prepare a bit here. Yes. This is a coal transporter. Trams, yes. Yes, coal transport. Yes. Coal transport. Obviously here. We don't need a very long one because it's only doing cement, so this will not do a journey very often. But when it does, it will be majestic. But this is getting into ridiculous territory now, or at least dangerous territory, I'm afraid. As this is definitely going to mess something up if we continue this. Yes, but this is a proper length train, you know. This is the longest you can have them. No. Yes, and it is a coal train. I let that sit a bit, that thought, because many train diesel stations are not reachable or turnaroundable, I think, for such a long train. This one is, but not all. And speaking of, here is said steel train. Yes, it turns out here the vehicles industry, they require quite a bit of steel, you know, to do their thing. Yes. And maybe we should turn down the tempo a bit over there. Maybe. Yes, I don't know. I closed down something. Yes, I think it was this steel train. Yes. Okay. Yes, but when the train is in here, it is blocking everything else from loading steel, which is very bad. It might well do the same thing here. It is very annoying, but it is what it is. And you're not getting anything, but you're getting. Yes, good. For some reason, you are not blocking here, the little one. Oh. But yes, getting more workers into the steel mill would be a very good thing. And we don't have any coal. We need to prepare. We're going to get a very, very large demand on the coal here pretty soon. Yes, thank you. Very, very slow for some reason. 13 workers. Let's see how many we get to in that's a bit less. Yes, let's not go crazy here, but maybe something like this. And the buses here, are they? Hello, bus. Come in. Yes. We're going to the steel mill directly with 43 workers. Okay. What is this? Oh, you're working for a construction office. You are... What is this we're building? Road 1550. Oh, it's the conveyor belt for this. Of course, it would be related. But have they not gotten going on this yet? It is assigned to construction office. Okay. But you only have one mechanism, and it is most likely busy quite elsewhere. Quite elsewhere indeed. What we do, we could take down here in this rail construction office. I did not have anything. I have two of these enormous. They are not very good for this. No, they're in Oskarshamn, and I think that one might be disused here. Not you. You're not being used. Neither are you. Okay, we could take... where was it again? Right, yes, it's the original one. The first one. From which all rail originated. Not all, but yeah, only the source of the rail. Yes, you get to work here. It's an honor. Yes. You. 113 workers. Not bad. That might take a while getting down here. Why aren't you coming? Hello. Come here. No, you are coming. You're invisible right now. Yes, you are. Are you in this? Yes, you are. You're a vehicle heading for this building at the moment. Not only that, you're getting close, aren't you? Well, where is this? No, this is... no, you're not getting close. You just left. Hello. Yes. Just left. But this will take a week or two to get over there. You know, in the midst of the thing that happened, we lost a bit up here. And, you know, now everything almost that you need to get going construction-wise is in place. Yes, gravel, concrete, asphalt, bitumen storage, construction office, gas station, meat storage even, I think. Yes, English meat storage, warehouse for everything else, open store, everything, and rail hookup. That's a lot of stuff. And electricity as well. So yes, here, electricity too. But I mean, how do you start this? Because first you need to bring in the steel, I suppose. Yes, we need to use the workers. I mean, the tradition is to put a shopping facility here right next to the church. And I think that's a good way to do it. Yeah, I mean, if we have a construction office up here, a small one, to start with, if we just do no, but no. What you do is you'd this is complicated. As this scheme is complicated. I mean, where is even the closest place? It is an enormously long way away, but this is, I think this is the closest. Yes, we cannot use the railroad because it doesn't exist. Or even if it did, we wouldn't have a place to unload. How's the cement factory coming? Oh, they've started work on it to miss concrete and steel. Steel? How can you be missing steel? Oh, you just started maybe. Yes, they have not gotten a chance. Yes, here comes the first truck even, I think. Yes. Yeah, you should not be lacking in the steel department. Definitely not. 447 tons. They should be so lucky down at where they actually make it, you know. And some concrete man you can get in here. No, there is no concrete mixer coming. Is there one in here? No. Do you have a problem? No. Here it is. It's slow. This. Oh, the one has arrived. There, finally, it's green. They're working on it. Yes, excellent. That must have been like 800,000 or something from the start. Yes, and what you were doing, you were starting construction of things up there from down here. Yes. Oh, how else would you do it? If you're absolutely going to build, not this way, it's this way. It is. And what would you start with? I think you'd start with the construction office, bring a few vehicles in, and they can then they can enjoy themselves with getting a road to the large aggregate storage. Then we could employ some trucks to go and get some gravel and put in here. Yes, and then they could get gravel from there. Very good. Is that the order? That's good. Yes, there is this road though that is annoyingly in the way for progress. I will do that. I accidentally did some power line as well, and I had to use some minor terrain modification for money. But yes, this is as close as we're going to get. Yes, that is a very large way. Yes, it is a large way away, I suppose. Inkersta, huge construction office. Yes, that's correct. And that means that we are officially doing this, but please, you should not be driving people out here. No, we need to get them from here somehow, and it is maybe some people can actually walk. No, it is too far. Of course, this. Well, that's good, because if they get employment, they get hungry, and we're not ready. We won't be. Yes, this is a lot of stuff that you need. And this is the 5th of June of 1991. The first related vehicle here, the Peterbilt 359, coming with 18 tons of asphalt. Very good, that's all they're going to need. Now, in one go. It's not going to get here very quickly, though. I think that you're going to go where no truck has gone before. Actually, here. I think that this will be the first time that that particular road is used. Indeed. I have a little bit of the Soviet Republic's Army Corps. Yes. Very slow road here going through town. There's a concrete mixer. Hello. Okay. What is this? Katinshad. It's okay, so this is Katinshad. This is like the most intact town ever. It's only I have only built one residential building. No, I built some in the center as well, but they are okay, fine. Yeah, but it's still the most intact village. Yes. Yes, here we have it. The asphalt truck. Okay. 7th of June of 1991. Very exciting business this. Yes, where no truck has gone before. Just to get a sense of proportion here. Yes, we started here. Yes, and we've come here. We are going all the way up there. This is not going to be possible. No. We need to get the stuff. This is murder, you know. This is not possible. This is it's too slow. Patience is running. But, yes. But once you get the construction office in, you know, you can. Isn't this rail? I don't know. Right, that's how I was thinking. Yes, but this needs to be both ways, you know. And so I suppose it will have to be, but that's not good. Future problems. There is something coming. So, good, very good. What do we have? Okay, fine. You know, this is not for today. It isn't. That's a bit too much for now. At least we have started construction on the construction office. Construction. We have started something. We'll get some asphalt and gravel out here. And maybe even get the steel and the bricks and boards, asphalt for the entire thing. So all that we're going to require are a few work days. Possibly. And then that could be building roads here, but how? Yes, it will have to truck the gravel in from. Yes, from down here. Yes, to build first of all the road out to the train aggregate unloader, as and then get that built. We don't have to truck the gravel all the way. Or you build a quarry. No, we don't build a quarry. No. Crushing stone is not that much fun that we want to do it all over the place. We have it on the railway. Somewhere around here. Yes, right about here. How much? No tons of gravel on the railway. Well, that's because there is a train here loading up. It's very hungry for it, apparently. Yes, I think it is. They're building the cement plant here. That's what it will be. Like this. How much have I spent on cement? I don't think that this is a good business to be in. The cement business. I think it's better to import it. It's so cheap. Cement, 8,819 rubles, 28 tons. We're still at that. Okay. Yes, it doesn't happen often. 75 tons. How much is this going to produce a day? I bet it's like a whole lot more than I require if it's going at full tilt, but it's not going to. Anyway, here. The cement plant. 81 tons of cement. 81 tons of cement per maximum production per workday. Yes, it doesn't make sense to build this. It makes more sense to import the cement. 81 tons, that's they can do in a workday than what we use in a year, more or less. Yes. It's a bit much. It's a bit more than we need. But that's fine, I suppose. We won't get that much coal. Yes, we will. We have the longest train ever for that. Yes, but they don't have a lot of coal available. That is actually a bit weird. Weird. Yes, it's weird, considering that the steel mill is so it is ridiculously light on staff. 2 people at this very moment. That's awful. And no workers in the mechanical thing. And 2 buses are arriving, and both were full. Well, not full, but this one is. 55 passengers, maybe it was. Or about 19 went there, and 13 went here, and some went to the fire station. 80. That's better. Coal, how are you doing? 30 tons. That's not going to cut it. Coal. We need more people here. I've been saying this for 21 years now, that we need more people around here. Yes. Maybe we could again shuffle around a bit. Take a bus off the petroleum line and put it on the coal worker line. Maybe find one here. Petroleum worker line. Oh, that has 76 workers on it. There are very many of these. I think one of you for example, since you don't have any workers currently, yes, you will be for passengers. The coal worker line. Yes, says line to vehicle. Click. Very good. Oh, hello. Yes, we can have a look at Polo Chevo. Oh, just as the street lights are about to turn on. Everything. Isn't that nice? Well, soon anyway. Yes, we are right behind another bus. It's not ideal circumstances. And there seems to be a lot of people waiting. There seemed. Okay, we're not going to do so. Let's see, what did we get? I don't know. Still have this tool selected. That's not what we want. There we go. 17 workers, okay. Yes, great. Going to make all the difference in the world to the coal and steel industry. Yes. There's quite a bit of the original town left. If you don't look at the buildings here which have pictures of Stalin on them. There comes a tanker in at about 100 kilometers an hour here through the bus stop in town. Yes. It's nice that the speed limit is 110 kilometers an hour on the city streets. Yes. It's good. It's part of what makes the game what it is. But so how many people did we get now for 51 workers for Bavkavusk bus stop? I don't think that any of you will end up working at the steel mill today. Because to do that you would have to stay on the bus, and there is no way that every place is full here. Oh. And then you don't need to go to the steel mill. But I wonder if the steel mill is being... no, it's not being throttled by the availability of coal. Not right now, but it is very close to acceptable limits here. And whenever this gets completed, which is taking a long time, it's because it's steel. And here we have the culprit, but it's operating without issues. Yes. What does the construction office think about this? The source is without steel. Yes. It's because of the train. Ståltransporter. You're taking all the steel, or you're taking none. No, someone else is taking all the steel. Is it you? Yes, it is. Yes, I don't know what you're supposed to do about this, but there it is. I mean, it will all be... Oh, fire was extinguished. Yes, pardon me. Oh. I think it might be becoming the time of the season, for me. Yes. Steel transporter. Would you go away? You only got an 18 tons. Well, it's not really you, for the moment anyway. That is the reason for this claiming source being without steel. 100 workers. I mean, that's not too bad. That ought to be enough to do a little bit of building here. Still not building up. Mechanical components factory. 26 workers. I mean, yes, it's the vehicles industry. We're using too much steel up there. As simple as that. And especially it would be the trains, because yes, I mean, even though it takes an enormous amount of time to build one of these, and it uses an enormous amount of resources. Only 11 tons left, but 96 tons of steel to build one of those, and the hopper cars 14, and we built 14, no, but many of them. Yes, and cars, but cars, I'm very satisfied with the pace that we're doing them. S600, the W1 Porter chassis, very nice. Yes. In fact, extremely nice car, but the E-Class would have been more satisfactory to build. E-Class, yes. what corresponds. Look at this. This is our first car. It's not moving at the moment, but we cannot ride. No, it was moving. That was a lot of people. Come on then. Move along. Yes, come on, there we go. But if we should, there was a nice truck as well. Look at, we have pretty nice vehicles on the roads. Yes, there are many little trucks and things. Yes, and those types of buses. Plenty of those as well. Yes, there's another one. Where are you going now? I'm going to the Pansasino Technical University. Oh, nice. Look at this. Yes, they're driving through the streets of Pansasino. The school and the kindergarten and the shop. And the gravel processing plant. What is this? No, that's a cement, concrete factory. Yes, concrete plant, what you call it. That type of thing. So I need that if you're going to build something of any significance. Yes. What else? What's that? What is that? Okay, that was a weird angle, very low to the ground. Yes. I wonder where the other car is. The Mercedes. Our first Mercedes. Here it is. That was somewhere completely different, I think. See if we can figure this out. Where we go. Hello. Our first is this. It's the meat industry. Okay, that's where we are. Yes, it's. The point is lost if you do the first-person camera, you know, of having this. I don't know, green. Close. Get rid of this crap. Here, no, it's not crap. It's good stuff. No, I don't think so. It's getting dark. Yes. It's difficult, this. The colors doesn't look all that. Great, but that's what we got. It is incredibly good performing this car. Yes, 15% of the RPM there is used to keep it at 110 kilometers an hour. It is just as pegged to that as the radiation is over at the final storage, you know, for the spent fuel. This is a nice place. Yes, it's the Ferris wheel. It's Polochevo, of course. here. Was there something else on the agenda here? That's the cement plant. How is it doing? Has it gotten anywhere yet? Come on, cement plant is not finished. But it is not very far away. Ironically, you're missing concrete. You was missing concrete. You were missing concrete. Yes, I know. Okay, halfway thereabouts. 440,000 rubles worth of stuff and work remaining. Awesome, great, fantastic, very good. It's taking a long time. Oh no, god damn it, this has happened again. This is terrible. The scheme of doing trains is not going to work. What is it this time? This time it's electrical components. We don't even need that many of those, Really, we don't. I think that we're fine for now and quite a while. 242,000. How much here? 10,000. Okay, that's not very much, but it's pretty much. It's enough. But then this is not solved. Crap. Why? Why does this happen here? No. I don't understand. You see, it's red, and now it's blue because you can go there, but you could not go here. It is red. Yes, and why then would this train try and do such a thing? Here's another one. No, okay, here is the hypothesis. Then, if it is something to do with the train going for refuel, if that is when we're not going to get that situation for a while, obviously, and there comes a gravel train. It's doing nice, yes. It's our second locomotive, by the way. Would you hurry up a bit? Thank you. Now I suppose you're going to go and swing about because you have to get in to Katzincha, the warehouse here. Yes, it is quite a bit many trains in relation to the infrastructure and the sizing of the infrastructure. What did you do now? That's what they're doing. That is how it happens. Why did you do that, train? Okay. You're not allowed to do that, unless under exactly these circumstances. Yes, right now it was okay to do it. But if there is another train in here, then it's not okay to do it. Then you have to go around, which is most certainly possible to do here. Yes, you come down here, you go here. Let's just make sure. Yes, you go around, then you come back here. Then you go in here. Yes, you follow the rules. You don't do that stuff. There is no way for me to protect against that. I can't do anything about it. That is a bug. I think that qualifies as a bug. or using building insane. I don't know. The manual doesn't really specify how you're supposed to do these things. Just sort of improvise and improve. Try and improve as well I can. Here comes a long train. This is a very long train. We don't use that many prefab panels nowadays. It was when we were building railway at a tempo. You didn't quite clear the signal. Okay, that's fine. No, I cannot put it anywhere. No, it has to be there. Yes. Okay, so that explains it. When they go for refuel, they go out here and then do a complete 180 on the track, just like that, boom, where it is now. Even if there is a train in there, I would suppose. Yes. Meanwhile, the signal might be showing the correct thing, but it doesn't matter. Damn it, that's going to break quite a bit of things here. It's a good thing that the bridge here is finished. Because this will have to make road the transport of choice. Or we cannot remove this. No, that's important. That's for getting fuel to the town. And not only this town, but also the other town down there. So we definitely need that. You still don't have electricity. I mean, this has been how long? Is anyone even working on it? I don't think so. I cannot imagine. It's not connected. Yes, it is connected. It is. No, it's not signed to a construction office. Why not? Hello? Concrete plant is without concrete. Can't produce concrete. Why would that be? Where is it? Come on. Come on, it is not... it's this way. Here it is. Here, as the road connection does not exist. Yes, it does. It exists to here. That's all you need. Screw you. 21,000 rubles. Fine. Yes, I suppose you can't rebuild, change those around them. Go figure, I don't know. Theory. But here we have plenty of... Why did you say that you couldn't produce... Oh, look at this, you barely have any cement. The distribution office, aren't you keeping up? At the... whatchamacallit here? Concrete plant, yes, 80% you should be trying to keep it at, but you're not managing by a long shot. Oh, this is putting quite a heavy demand. How can it is... yes, it takes a lot of concrete to build a cement factory. It takes such an enormous amount of cement, I think, to make that concrete, that this... I think I made the right choice in not bothering with the cement and just buying that stuff. It's like thousands of rubles or dollars a year. It's nothing. No. Yes, it's now July. It's yes, God damn it! It was not. Yes, it's shorter than the last one. Yes, that's not really a good rule of thumb or ruler to judge by. No, it's terrible. The construction is running without issues. There's always something else with this game you could look at and how is this doing and how is this doing and everything. It's never static. But damn it, this problem remains. At least I caught it. At least we caught it. I mean, we saw just what happened. But they are not inclined to use this solution here that I created for them. That's a shame. I can't see any reason why they wouldn't. I bet if this wasn't here, they would complain and get a question mark. Yes. Now that it is here, they don't use it and cause issues. If it did what it was supposed to do, it would have gone over here and waited. That's a good train. And then maybe even advanced to here and waited until green. Yes, and then we would not have had an issue with anything. De saliga. Herregud. This place. 72% happiness. Is it really that bad? Yes, it is. Why is that? Why is happiness so low? Is there no drink? Yes, there's plenty of drink available. What's your problem? Not enough accountants and officers to show the stats. Come on. This is supposedly a proper town. Oh, there are a proper town with a very long queue at the hospital. And just wonder, yes, I realize now what the problem is. Yes, all the educated people have died off, of course, and therefore plenty of things aren't plenty. Well, the school isn't working. No, one teacher, 72 years old, and the hospital isn't working great neither. 63 and 72 years. So, okay, we're going to need to get a few educated people in here. Where would we go? We would go either to Sejov or to Hansasino. I think Hansasino is going to be the one. They have the big one here. Yes, here, this place. This is an enormous. 59 educated. It's not that much. 49 educated. Yes, here. All of them are, but that seems to be a bad place to live. Never mind. We need to get a few educated people in here. Nevertheless. Yes, you get to come live here now. You're going to work at school and hospital, so you live here. That ought to do it. But this problem will come back. You know, when in a few years, when these have died off. But that did the trick there. And here, still, there are so few children that the one teacher was almost keeping up. Here, they are also keeping up. Very good. Very good. Oh, here's a little train. Yes. Okay. Then, and this was not due to bug. This was due to me. Yes, that's on me. That was because one thing here was not a chain, which should have been. But the other problem is not something I can do anything about, and that means that the railroad is for nothing. I cannot use it in the grand scheme of things to transport resources around. Not with the current setup here. And I don't really feel like building another one. Yes, I knew going in that this was a bit risky with this train diesel station, and as part of this, yes, one should build that on the other side or something. No one should build that on the other side or something. Yes, it's not a terrible idea actually. I mean, yes, the road vehicles will have to go a bit further to get fuel, but it would eliminate, I mean, rather that than putting all the trains in a depot, right? Yes, definitely rather that. But since this is not in use, this hurts a bit. It does hurt a bit. It was painstaking to build. Yes, it was, and this will be even worse, or rather more of the same. Train diesel station, and you know what? There is not going to be any electricity out here. So you're going to have to build one of those things as well. Yes. On hilly terrain. You can build it. No, it's really, is it? No. They're busy. Here. It's not too far away. Yes, they're busy. Or I don't have. Yes, of course I have excavators. Isn't it time we can buy these now? Let's have a look. Excavator. These 92. Suppose we can get away with it. Yes. Here, let's see. Yes, out here. Before that excavator gets the idea to go somewhere else. You want a train diesel station. Yes, and I think that you're trying to build your train diesel station up on the mountainside. A bit. Yes, maybe we should try and do it here instead. Yes. No, don't do too much to the terrain at the rail end, please. Yes, and this really beckons for a roundabout now. Yes, it does. But I can't tear it out. I mean, that will cause immeasurable harm. Yes, I suppose we have to bite a bullet on that one if we're doing that, and just purchase it. It's impossible. Yes, you're missing concrete, and that wouldn't be because you're missing cement here, would it? Yes, it would. Distribution office, come on, it's not that far to the border, and you have a cement truck dedicated. It's not even been to the custom house yet. You know, I think that I could do a whole lot better here if we did this. You're not working out like this. We'll take charge and do this. But you're actually doing exactly the same as you are right now. But But you will... Yes, but you... Wait, okay, but... You're already doing that. Weren't you working for the thing? For this thing? I mean, the concrete plant is in here. Do you have... no, you don't. Yes, you do. No, cistern semi-trailer. This is not for... No, you don't have a cement truck. You can't do that. And I suppose it's a small one or something. That's why it's not keeping up. What is this, anyway? Cement. Oh, you have gotten cement now. Good job. $3,000 worth. Yes, 9 point. Yes, this is a rather small one. Yes, if you compare this to the Peterbilt, it's no wonder that they are running out of cement here and others aren't. Even though this has a nice paved road to drive on. I wonder if it will do the sensible thing and take the paved road all the way. It can. Can drive paved all the way. It's a bit, yes, it made a bit of ugly there, unfortunately. I knew it. Yeah, it's difficult to get the landings for the bridge 100%. It's impossible. But here we are. Where are we? Yes, this is Saliga. Is it not? Yes, this is the concrete plant, and over there somewhere should be the quarry. I don't know, somewhere, isn't it? No. This is not... Yes, this is Saliga. Over there. But the quarry is coming up here. Yes, we have built a new road. It's finished, apparently. Wonderful. Yes, we built a new road to the quarry. Yes, we could get another truck or two, or 5 on this. 2, that will also help. But I don't know. Be bothered. Can. No. You know what, dear friends? I think it's time that we round out this. Yes, as always. It has been time. Oh, we're finished with locomotive more. But we can cut down a bit on the tempo here. You know, quite many clicking and many clicking. Yes, you have to click this many times indeed. To about there maybe, or even less. 30 workers, 7 engineers. How much do we have here? 14. Okay, you're still twice the amount of the car industry is. Yes, but you're also doing good things that we actually need. Yes, you mean we don't actually need the cars? I don't know. I mean, I suppose we could build a car dealership and see what happens. That is a mechanic that I have not explored, but I have given vehicles to residents or citizens. Yes, but I have not used the car dealership mechanic. It's in here. Car dealer. Oh, how does this work? 15 workers. 15 workers. How many cars are you going to sell, man? Spaces for vehicles, containers. It doesn't say. That's the important business. That's what we want to know. I don't know about this. We'll put one here and see what happens. 15 workers, that sounds like a lot. And how are they going? They need parking spaces as well, if they're going to use those cars for anything. Yes, but they don't need to drive anywhere. Really? No, they don't. They're fine. As we can have a car dealer anyway. We see what happens if they don't have any parking spaces. That's fine. I don't think that they can go to a car dealer if they don't have a parking. Who knows how it works? Meanwhile here, people are arriving and things are great. Although 13 workers, 3 engineers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mercedeses so far. It will be about 10 in a year. Barely. That's enough. Meanwhile, we have another locomotive. I don't know, this would be worth quite a bit. Would be worth quite a bit if we sold it on the market, I think. Wouldn't it? Rubles. Diesel locomotive. 431,631 rubles. Problem is it is out of market. It's not available on the market. But if it's anyone, I mean, just because they stopped making it, we're continuing to make it. We are allowed to sell it, right? Yes, if anyone wants to buy it, and I think they will. Yes, but the money is it's at a comfortable level at the moment. So we are pretty damn self-sufficient, actually. Car deal, I wonder what will happen with this. That's something that we'll see. About, speaking of something that we'll see about, how much gravel have you managed to truck up here? You managed to get 2 diggers in. You're missing concrete. Who isn't missing concrete these days? Seems like everyone wants concrete. But okay, most of the stuff you already have. You're almost finished with the groundworks. Yes. You only need 1.8 tons of concrete to do it. Yes, come on then. Is a concrete truck even heading here? Yes, it is. 1.9 tons. That's all that we need. 150 rubles is it worth? Oh, lovely. This is sad. This. But you're arriving? No. Yes. Of course you're. There is no other town left. You're arriving. That's not sad. That's good. Let's go into church. That's all the people do here. I think the way it works is that as long as the people don't work, they don't get hungry, and when they don't get hungry, they don't get really sick, or neither, and it's fine, like that basically. And then the religion, I don't know what that does, but it probably does something, boosts happiness maybe. There you have it. Now concrete has arrived. We can finish digging around. Well, life seems pretty static here for Yaroslav. Yes, is there anything, more impressive to look at or something? Well, probably a traffic jam somewhere on the railway. Yes, more impressive. More impressive would be this road, which is still not finished. What the hell? I'm going to have to sign it manually. Come here. And please finish this road. I don't think that pardon me. I don't think that this one is completely disused. I think it's yes, here's something. A bitumen truck. Yes, I think that would be much happier on this one. Here's another one. Also bitumen. To Katzinchad. 92 workers in the steel mill. Okay, it's not great, but it will do. How is the coal loader coming? Oh, you're missing steel. I never would have thought it. You know what? You would be missing less steel if you were working at the steel mill, yes, instead of working here. And nothing I can do about that, because they have been driven here by buses, and that reminds me, I'm also going to have to drive people here somehow, and have a bus stop. Oh crap. No, I don't need to drive people here. What are you talking about? This is talking rubbish. Or you're thinking of rather the cement plant? Yes, the cement plant we're going to have to bring people to. But it is prepared, and they have the nicest road. If you lived here, you could walk. Probably that's why no one's living here, because they all could walk to. You cannot walk there. Yes, you can, but you aren't, or what? Why aren't you hungry? Because you can also walk to the shopping center. Duh. Duh, indeed. And couldn't you walk to the shopping center? No, you couldn't. You can't. That's unfortunate. Yes, this will have to be it. Yes, the concrete plant is what will end on here. On the 30th of July on 1991. I mean, we are pretty self-sufficient. It's the cement. We're working on it. Just that we need a whole lot of cement to build a cement plant. For the concrete to build a cement plant. Dear friends, I don't know quite what's next. The Inkersta is the last place to bring television and radio to the masses, to get the culture boosted. Thank you so very much for watching. Good night.